Alright, so I'm going to run through the startup of the Kearney and trecker. Um, so the e-stop loop on this machine is hardwired, where you hit the e-stop, any of the mushroom switches, it kills the power to the VFD, the hydraulics, the servo drives, among other things. So that's computer's not controlled with that, or not in control of that. You hit the e-stop. linuxcnc sees that the e-stop was hit, but it isn't using the computer to actually activate it. It's kind of a safety thing. But linuxcnc can control it. Like, you could have linuxcnc trip the e-stop, or linuxcnc resets it. So if you see here, this is how we turn it on. See, the e-stop doesn't do anything when the machine's off. If I turn it on, if I pull the e-stop in linuxcnc, the hydraulics start. And now all the powers are to the drives and everything. If I hit this e-stop, it shuts it down. But if I pull the e-stop out, it doesn't automatically start back up. You have to physically tell linuxcnc to turn everything back on again. So I'll do that. So now the hydraulics are up, power to all the drives and everything. Now when I actually turn this on, this then enables drives. linuxcnc is in control of the PID loops for the servos and the spindle and all that. So, and it also does some housekeeping, like if I turn it on, it makes sure that the spindle is in a known gear, it's first gear. So now I'm going to home it, and what it's going to do, it's going to home Z first, then it's going to home Y and X, and this actually homes to an index on the encoders. So if you watch this, it'll do a little dance here. It'll first hit the home switch, and then it'll find the index. And then it finds the index for the B-axis and sets it back down. So now we're homed. And I actually found the center of this thing that I'm working on yesterday, but I ran out of time. So I'm actually going to have it probe the center again to show you how accurate this setup is. So I'm gonna run this to X0, Y0, which is currently the center of this cylinder. And I'm going to index the spindle and plug in my probe. My probe isn't wireless, and it works pretty well. I can get it in there, one-handed. Alright, so I'm going to jog this so I can run a probing routine. I have a piece of crap stuck in there because there's actually a center, and I don't want it to, because what it's going to do is probe the surface first, and I don't want it to probe into the center of that cylinder. So I am going to load my probe. It's actually outside square, but it works for cylinders. Now if I hit play, it's going to probe. The old control, it had no probing option. whatsoever. And I can't imagine not having a probe. It is pretty darn nice. So now if we look at this, it is about 4/10 from where it was yesterday, which is well within my tolerance. And this could be a temperature thing or what, because this is a big machine, and it's pretty amazing it comes in that close. Anyway, so that's kind of the startup, and the jogging works really well. It's quick. The maximum shuttle of this machine, the way we have it set up, is 200 inches per minute. So, and it's way fast enough for what we use it for. So I'm gonna set up a couple programs that I need to do to machine the end of this, and maybe I'll do some more videos. Alright, so I drilled the 4 holes that I needed, and now I'm gonna rigid tap them. But for onesie-twosie things that I do, I usually only rigid tap far enough in so that I know that I can finish tap them by hand. So I know they're square and good that way. I don't have a good feel for the actual tapping in some metals, so, and plus my taps usually aren't very good. So let's see if we can break something here. So that gives me a starting point for tapping. And yay, no broken tap. And this is the finished cut.